Estrella area, which is far west side of Phoenix, southwest, kind of in the middle of nowhere. But there's a trail system out here called FINS that I've always wanted to ride, and I just never have because it's an hour plus drive from my place. But it's one of the few places on the west side that people really talk about being a great ride. There's not a ton of mileage in here. I have like a 5.5 mile loop programmed on my Element, but I'm probably gonna do this fun little trail called I think it's called Muriel's Hurl. I have it at the beginning of the ride, and I plan on doing it again because I think it's only like half mile, but it's really fun and looks really fun. It has like wood features and stuff. But yeah, I've always wanted to check it out, so I'm excited to come out here and do it today. I think I'm going to try out, finally, I got this flex tail pump for Christmas, and I got distracted by a friend texting me about some issues when I was getting ready, and I forgot to air up my tires. So I'm glad I have this thing today because I can set the pressures perfectly. I tried it once on the tire at home and it worked pretty good, so I think it'll show up well today. I'm trying to find this trail entrance. I think it's right here. Yeah. Okay, I'm finally moving. Just really getting my gear situated. I took a little bit of footage with the drone. Always takes forever. I'm still trying to kind of learn the remote. I'm using different shoes and not totally hooking up with my pedals like I like. But I'm gonna give it a shot, see what happens. Met a super nice guy named Chuck in the parking lot. He told me there's a ton of great XC style riding out in the Estrella park, but it's pay to play. But that this is really fun and more of a destination fun ride. And I've always heard about it for so long, so I had to come out here and try it. Spend some time working on a different camera angle too. It's just getting too much leg. I'm kind of frustrated with this U-sway mount. It chokes me a bit, flops around, but the DJI stabilization fixes that. But it rides really high, and I'm just always working to get it lower. So I ordered a Stuntman mount. I had some credit on Amazon. I'm gonna try that. So as you all know, riding blind isn't my favorite, but we're gonna do it. I like to find new places. And this looks pretty cool. Not a lot of elevation gain. There's some black trails that you can do in the middle of this loop, but I just took the suggested loop on a MTB project. So let's check it out. It'll be almost all blue trails. There's one little cut across that's green. And what I just rode in on was purple because it's just like pirate trails to get to this stuff. Oh, we've already got a drop. Okay, not bad. Always hard to talk in the middle of a drop. Another little drop. It's pretty cool so far. Okay, the problem with trails in a more urban area, which this is just surrounded by houses, is the pirate trails that get created. Such a nightmare. So I made a mistake, and the trail is called Cameral's Hurl. Cameral's Hurl. My bad, not Muriel's Hurl. I don't know where I came up with that. Muriel Hemingway. But, yeah, there's just a cutoff in every direction at the intersections. And they're not marked trails. And so, so you're not sure if you're on the right way or not. But we made it to the top of Cameral's Hurl. And we're going to give it a run. It says expert bikers only, but I've watched the videos. It looks pretty easy. There's alt lines, and it's marked blue, so shouldn't be a problem. Wood features are usually really fun and generally pretty easy unless they're wet, which doesn't really happen here. So let's give it a shot. Ooh. Needs a little TLC. I'm planning on doing this at the end of the ride too, so give it a try once and get to know it a little. Oh, that's cool, rock ridge. Oh, big old wall. That's awesome. Some of the wood's a little beat up, but that's cool. Oh, sand pit. I'm betting the second run will have a PR. If I have the energy, but I mean, the route I have is only 5 miles. That'll add an extra mile or so. Super fun. On that way now. I think that's it. Really short, but that's really fun. Okay, so my camera kindly turned itself off for about the last 2 miles of riding and chatting, which sucks. Some really cool stuff out on the south side of this, but I'm almost to the end of the south side of it, so I didn't catch any of that on film. That's a bummer. I think I'm going the right way. Wahoo's been leading me down some routes, not telling me when to turn, Oh, that's cool. Whoa! Didn't move my body enough for that one. One thing I've been doing the last couple months is really stepping up my workouts. Bought some more kettlebells, some dumbbells, adjustable, and a TRX. And I'm just trying to get my body moving a lot more on top of the bike and stronger. I lost a lot of muscle from my transplant. I had a lot of atrophy. So I'm trying to build some of that back up. Plus my knees are already junk. So if I can make them stronger too, that'll help me move on the bike, because I can tell I just do so much better when I'm standing and moving the bike under me rather than just moving with the bike and sitting on top of it, you know. Anyway, this is some great riding out here. Nothing too technical so far. There are some black trails that go up to the top of this ridge to my right, but I'm taking the suggested route on MTB project. Just to see what it's all about. I will say these are not real bad trails to ride blind. The only thing that's really giving me any grief is there's a step up right at the top leading to Cameral's Hurl. And that was pretty chunky step up. That could be a drop going the other way. Probably more of a roll than a drop, but a really large step up, like way bigger than what I just went up right there. There's somebody shooting. That's cool. I hear shooting. Hopefully they're using a backstop. I'm watching that documentary on Netflix about Gabby Petito. If you don't know who that is, I don't know how you couldn't, but she's a young girl who went van lifing with her boyfriend / fiance, I think. Pretty interesting, evil. I'm only a couple episodes in, but there's a scene where they're driving and she's just shooting a gun into a tree line in Florida. I mean, no backstop behind it, just shooting. Scary. If there's somebody walking, I mean, for miles, that bullet will probably go a couple miles. Snag somebody. You gotta wonder how many people are doing that. Oh, here's a climb. Oh boy. Okay. We got it. Oh, more shooting behind me. I'm a shooter, and it still unnerves me when I'm riding a bike. Whoa. I don't think this is a trail. Whoops. That's a cool view, but that's not the trail. Looks like people were riding up here, though. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, this legitimately looked like trail, but I think that's it over there. Pirate trails, man. It's cool if they lead somewhere, but it's not cool when they're hurting the rest of the trail and making the trail managers angry. This runs right along the road right here. Okay. Back on it. This is the one green connector section. It's a little off camber. and no rocks really. I've had my Action 5 Pro a couple times just start turning itself off. Now it'll do it if it's really hot out, but it was doing it in like 60 degrees a couple weeks ago. And then I changed the battery on it and it's fine. I don't know what that's all about. Ooh, the critters are waking up. Just heard something over there. This is fun riding. It's kind of like an easier desert classic. Still has some challenging stuff, but nothing yet that's taken my breath away except that one step up. And even that, it was, if I was a better rider, it wouldn't be a big deal. One thing I was talking about while the video was shut off is how beautiful the Estrellas are. And they put this massive NASCAR track, Phoenix International Raceway, at the most scenic part. Okay, just got to the top of a pretty tough climb. I walked a chunk of it, but I'd say that was the hardest thing on the ride, and it's something that even I could probably master with riding out here a little more regularly, which I don't know if that'll happen or not, but the average rider could probably make it up, at least 90% of it. So I think this is the last kind of run of it. It takes me to near the trailhead where I can do that climbing trail again and run down Merle's Hurl one more time, get a little better footage of it. Okay, back at it here. Oh, that's pretty chunky. I'm shocked I didn't walk that, but hey, good job. That was a little chunky, but if you know the lines, I think it'd be pretty easy. Oh, that's a jump. Riding blind, folks. Okay. Stuff's all pretty easy. Okay, I'm approaching my finish line here. Then we got to figure out how to get back up to do that little climb again and run down that. Okay. Let's see, this might be the junction. I'm almost tempted to go back and re-ride those sections that the camera was off, but probably not a great idea. Keep it short this time. So this is a step up I didn't try. Honestly, it's probably doable at speed, but not a slow tech climb. And it's somewhat uphill. But I think if you were hauling butt, you could go right up that. But I'm not going to do that today. All right, let's wrap this ride up. Have a fun run down this. Get back to the truck and call it a day. Really cool rock edging there. Oh man, if you knew this, it'd be so fun. Whoa. That is a blast. You gotta watch your speed at the top. Okay. I think if I would have leaned my bike a little more, would have gone right into the turn rather than me having to actually turn. But that's pretty fun. A couple little more wood features, up here. And then I think that's it. What a blast. Only problem is it's like 30 seconds. Okay, just wrapped up at FINS, Fantasy Island North Singletrack. It was a blast. I really had a good time riding. I wish I lived closer to it. It's super fun. Nothing too hard, but some challenges. I could see just blasting right through it if you knew it and it was in your backyard. Like Chuck, who I met earlier, he rides over here from his house and just hauls butt through it, I'm sure. But I really enjoyed my day out here. Fun ride, and hopefully I'll come back someday soon.